And we are ready to begin. Welcome back, everybody. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice consistency, to build a little bit of community, to work on our hips, and to make the suffering we're about to do a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit less awful. Oh, man. Okay. Whew. Let's go ahead and get started. By the way, we do this every day at 9 p.m. And if you need a reminder to keep on coming back, you should hit follow and you should hit subscribe. And you should also stick around. But if you're busy, I get it. You can just come back tomorrow. Let's begin. We're going to start with our first of our warm up exercises. And the first one is called the hip card. What I want you to do is lift this knee directly in front as high as you can. Whew. You should be able to pull it up even higher if you grab it with your hands, but we're just trying to get as high as we can using our own muscle power. All right. From here, we're going to open up that hip. We're going to open up that leg to the side. All right. This hip actually is completely stationary. We're trying not to move it. So I misspoke half a second ago. From here, we're going to rotate this ankle. We're going to bring it up as high as we can. Oh. Once you get to horizontal, I want you to keep going. Bring that ankle up, 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 up. Oh. When your muscles are about to cramp, you can bring that leg down and back. So that looks a little bit like this. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes, bring that leg back behind you, and that is one rep. We're doing 10 of these in total on the left, 10 of these on the right. Then we're going to do 10 and 10 in reverse, and it will be a lot of hip curls. All right, let's go. I'm going to do a whole bunch facing you so you can mirror me. And then I'm going to rotate and hold on to the wall for support and balance if I get tired. All right, for you guys, feel free to hold on to something to help you with your balance. If getting on one leg causes you to go flying all over the place, it's way too much effort to stay balanced. You won't get to the hip stuff. All right, hip stuff comes first. Let's go. Stand up nice and straight. Keep that core nice and tight. And let's begin. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's one high knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's two high knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's three. High knee. Open. Ooh, I'm off balance. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's four. I'm going to turn around so you can see it from the side. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's five high knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up some more. Down and back. That's six high knee. Open. Ankle up. Ankle up. Down and back. That's seven high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's eight high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's nine. Last one high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Oh, that is our first round of hip guards. Whew. We've only done one leg. We got a match on the other side. So let's get ready to do that. Whew. Ready? Let's go. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's one. Ooh, my hip just cracked. High knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's two high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's three high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's four high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's five high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's six high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's seven high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's eight high knee. Open. Ankle back. Down and back. That's nine. Last one high knee. Open. Ankle up. Down and back. That's 10. Whew. Oh, if you weren't here for this part earlier, hip guards are all about using your own muscles to bring your legs into these crazy positions. Your muscles are going to be weak in those crazy positions because you never get into those crazy positions. So what we're doing is we're trying to build up strength at the same time that we're building mobility. All right, and that was us going forwards. Now we're going to reverse the whole thing and do some reverse hip cars. All the movements are going to be basically the same, but we're going to go in reverse order. One of the things I want to highlight before we jump into it is I want you to keep that core nice and tight. Okay? You might want to almost brace for a punch to help protect that low back right here. And it's because the first thing that we do when we do the reverse hip car is we bring the leg down and back. Get a little excited, get a little jazzed, and you go whoop-ah! And you start trying to throw that leg really far back. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you're gonna start putting a whole bunch of pressure here in the low back. And I'll demonstrate. Ugh. Right here. See how this back is arched? That is not what we want. All right. This is hip mobility. What we want is for you to feel the stretch right here in the front of the hip, not up here in your low back. All right. So don't worry about lifting it super high. Just focus on feeling the stretch here in the front of that hip. And keep the core tight. That will be helpful for keeping your back safe. All right. Let's go. Oh, wipe the sweat off my face and let's begin. Hold on to something for balance. Let's go. Bring that leg down and back. Flex the hamstrings, flex the glutes. Feel the stretch right here in the hip flexor. Lift that leg directly to the side with the knee bent. From here, we're going to rotate the ankle up as high as we can. And we're going to rotate the knee up and bring the ankle down, but lift that knee as high as we can. And bring the knee forward. Whew, that's one rep. We're going to do 10 more of these. Let's go. I'm going to do these facing you so it's easier to mirror. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's two. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's three. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's four. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's five. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's six. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's seven. Whew. Again, if you need to hold on to something for balance to make your life a little bit easier, please do that. And with that, my break is over. Let's go. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's eight. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's nine. One more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Oh. If your hips are tired, if your legs are exhausted, and you're like, "Ugh, I'm weak," that's normal. And that's just how hip cars go. We're working some weak, itty bitty, untrained muscles, and we're trying to make them stronger. And that's what happens when you're using some little itty bitty leaky muscles. All right, we got one last leg to go. Breathe. When you're ready, let's begin. We're standing up straight, keeping the core tight. We're starting by bringing this leg down and back. Feel the stretch right here, not in your back. And bring that leg behind you. Lift to the side. Get that leg to horizontal. If you can, rotate the ankle up. Rotate the ankle down. Lift that knee high. Bring the knee forward. That's one. Let's go back. Side. Ankle up. Ankle down. Knee. That's two. Feel free to hold on to something to help you balance. You don't have to do this balancing on one leg. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's three. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's four. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's five. Oh, I lost balance. I'm gonna turn around and use the wall. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's six. One more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's seven. Three more. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. Eight. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's nine. Last one. Back, side, ankle up, ankle down, knee. That's 10. Whew. Oh man, that is our hip cars. We just did 10 reps going forward, going back on each leg, and now our hips should be moving a little bit better. And if it's hard, if it's tough, don't worry, this is just a warm up. Taking a chill for the next one. All right. What I want you to do next is to fold at the hips. Bring your belly button down into the ground. Whew. Fold, 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 fold. If you got low back pain, like just about everybody, that's okay. I want you to try to relax. Let the tension go away. And breathe.
When the low back tension goes away a little bit and you're starting to feel the tension building in your hamstrings, we're ready to add a little bit of movement. All right. What I want you to do is bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Then I want you to fold that belly button down a little bit deeper. If you can't get super deep, that's absolutely fine. It's all part of the process. Take your time and just get to where you can. All right. From here, you should be feeling a hamstring stretch. You might feel it in your glutes. You might feel it in your toes. That is all normal. We're going to keep on switching from side to side. Other leg is bent. The leg that was bent is now straight. We're still trying to bring the belly button down. We're going to keep switching. And switching. And we're going to breathe the whole time. Whew. You should feel in your hamstrings. The leg that's bent and the leg that's straight should feel a little bit different. And you might also feel it in the glutes. If you're feeling it in the glutes, that is because your hamstrings turn into tendons and the tendons actually attach into the bottom of your pelvis. When you're folded forward like this, the bottom of your pelvis is right here where you would imagine your butt is, and that's probably what you're feeling. Oh, all right, we're going to do a couple more of these. Keep on switching back and forth. See if you can bring the belly button down a little bit deeper into the ground. Breathe. And we'll be done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, pop into a little bit of a squat. Oh, come back into standing, and that is our second warm-up exercise. Now we've worked the hamstrings a little bit, we've worked the hips a bunch, and we're going to work on some thoracic rotation. The thoracic spine is the middle chunk of your spine. It goes below your neck and above your low back. All right. It's designed to move really well, like to the left, to the right, forward, backwards, and twist. What we're going to do is a little bit of twisting, a little bit of rotation. If you have low back pain, you have back pain in general, feel free to skip this if you'd like. If you don't, then please join in. We're going to get into the same position that we were in before, where one leg is bent and one leg is straight, and we're folding and bringing our belly button down. All right. From here, we're going to take the arm from the bent leg side. We're going to reach across to the straight leg. We're going to push against the straight leg to help open up our chest. We're rotating. Look at that hand, extend it up into the air behind you, over your shoulder. Rotate the neck to look at that hand. And I want you to reach back as far as you can. Breathe. On the exhale, reach a little further. that that is half a rep. We're going to do 5 of these in total. I might talk fast, I might move fast, but you do not have to move fast. Take it at your own pace. Take it chill. Feel the stretch. Enjoy it. And if it ever feels like I'm going fast, don't worry. I spend a lot of time explaining and doing this thing right here where I tell you don't have to do it as fast as I do. All right? Other side. Let's go. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Push. Open. Breathe. Breathe some more. Reach a little further. That is one whole rep. Other side. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open, 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 open. Breathe. Breathe. And other side. Bent leg, bent arm, straight leg. Woohoo! Open, 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 open. Breathe. Breathe. That is 2 reps. We got 3 more to go. Bent leg, bent arm, straight leg. Open. Breathe. Reach a little further. Whew. Other side. Breathe. That's 3. We got 2 more reps. If you're feeling a little weird, feel free to stop. Feel free to take a break. All right. If you're not, we're going to continue. Bent leg, straight leg. Bent arm, straight leg. Open. Woo, woo, woo. 4. Other side. 4. Last one. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Oh, last one of the last one. And that is 5. Whew, that is our thoracic rotation. Hopefully, your back is moving a little bit smoother.
your hips are moving a little bit smoother, and we're ready to move on into our fourth and final warm up exercise. The next thing we're going to do, you don't have to do right away. I'm going to demonstrate real quick, and then we'll talk about how to get into it a little bit more easily. All right. It's going to look a little bit like this. We're doing the Cossack switch. We're going to do a deep squat on one leg. We're going to do basically a side split on the other leg. And we're going to scoot our butt over to the other side. We're going to chill for a second. We're going to squish, and then we're going to come back. This is not easy, and it's going to be really hard for most of us. Our ankles, our knees, our hips are not going to be ready for this. So let's pre-stretch and warm up those joints. What I want you to do is, from a standing position, you guys can all join me now. I want you to pop into a deep squat. And if you have your ankles, your heels coming up off the ground, great. That's what we want. Next, I want you to bring your chest down towards your knees. And I want you to imagine you're turning into a little bit of a ball. All right? From here, with your heels off the ground, you should be feeling a nice Achilles tendon stretch. You should be feeling a compression here in the front of the ankle. You should be feeling some folding happening here at the hips, and your knees are as bent as they can be. Right? From here, I just want you to chill for a second. Breathe. Relax. And if you can, if you're feeling comfortable, I want you to do a little bit of a wiggle. I want you to do a little bit of a dance. Push one knee forward, push the other knee forward, push the knee forward, other knee forward, and the other, and the other, and the other, and the other. If you can, you can open up your knee to the side, one to the left, one to the right. Just a little bit of gentle movement to see if you can loosen up all those joints. All right. And once you've done a couple of those, feeling like you're moving a little bit smoother, we're going to get into some Cossack switches. All right. What I want you to do is, from that squatty, lean forwardy position, stick your hands straight down into the ground. From here, extend one leg out to the side, like so. And then we're going to drop this heel on the ground as well. Because there's a lot of movement happening, having your feet down flat on the ground is going to help with stability. It's going to help you move a little bit more comfortably. And so I want you to drop this heel, and then after that, try to drop your hips, drop your butt as low as you can. All right. If you can get super low, great. If you can't, that's absolutely fine. We're just going to where we can, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step, which is to move our hips over to that side. All right. So what we're doing, we're going whoop to the other side. If you're much lower to the ground, you might be struggling a little bit with this movement. You might want to put your hands down to help bring your hips over to the other side. Once you're here on the other side, I want you to sit into that stretch. I want you to compress. I want you to exhale, and then get ready to come back. Exhale, squish, get small, get deep into that stretch, and keep going. All right, that is what we're doing. If you haven't joined in yet, please join in. We're doing 10 reps in total, and I think we can count one of those as one. All right, let's go. Heel is down, other heel is over there. We're going. One, over. I said I would count the other one as one. So two is now done. Over, squish, back, squish. That's three. Over, squish, back, squish. Again, if you are much higher up and you can't squish as low as I am demonstrating, that's absolutely fine. If this is your squish, that's perfectly okay. Keep going. Five, five. If you realize you don't need your hands on the ground anymore, feel free not to use your hand. Six, six, seven, seven. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you can try to sit up a little bit straighter so that your back is going straight up into the air instead of folding forward like this. And that will make everything a little bit harder. We'll work your low back. Stick your arms out to help balance and keep going. 8, last 2, 9, and probably should have done this earlier, but if you're feeling a little bit of tension here in the inside of the knee, you're like, ooh, I don't really like these. They're not working for me. You can focus on coming up first, coming across, sinking deep into the stretch. That way, you kind of skip sort of the in-between areas, and that will give your knee a little bit more relief. All right, so last one. Come on back up, across, and down. That is 10 reps. Those are Cossack switches. And we're done with our warm up. If that sentence scared you because you're like, whoa, that was just warm up, what's coming after this? Don't worry. This is a 45 to 60-minute side split and hip mobility show. What we just did was the warm up, and we need to do it because we need our joints, our muscles to be ready for some stretching. All right, and that's what's coming up. So, if you need to, go grab a sip of water. But while you go grab that sip of water, I want you to focus on grabbing something to pad your knee. Okay? It could be couch cushion, dirty pillow, dirty laundry, old towel, dog bed, whatever it is, stick it under your knee for a little bit of padding. And the reason why we need that is because we're getting into our first stretch, and it looks like this. We're gonna have one knee straight down into the ground, the other leg extended out in front of us, and we're going to fold our belly button down into the ground for a hamstring stretch. All right? Take a time and grab your things, get into position, and I'll talk about little details of this position in the meantime. All right? I want you to experiment for a second and bring your knees together right underneath you. I want you to look down at your hips. I want you to see what's going on right here. Okay? I don't want your hips to be doing crazy things like one hip is slightly out in front of the other. I don't want you to rotate. I don't want you to twist. I want you to keep a very neutral, straight down position the whole time. Cool? From here, I hope you're all back because we're starting. We're going to extend one leg out in front of us. Okay? And what I want you to focus on is keeping that leg pulled into your hip socket and not having it extend all the way out so that one side of your hip is like way out here, the other side of your hip is way back there. If you start twisting, you're going to have to try to figure out how to balance the stretch between a whole bunch more muscles. When your hips are neutral and right underneath you, it's easier to focus on the hamstring stretch. Okay? Let's go. Now that you've learned why we want to keep that hip tucked in, tuck that hip in, fold forward, feel that hamstring stretch building, and relax. Breathe, exhale, lose as much air out of your lungs as you want. And that is how we're starting our first stretch, our hamstring stretch. Right now, we want you to breathe and try to relax into a deeper stretch. Okay? And relax the toes, relax your feet, relax your calves, relax your glutes, relax your low back, relax your hamstrings if those will relax. Just chill. One more breath. All right, next up, we're gonna do something called the inhale, exhale, fold. It is exactly what it sounds like. We're gonna take a big breath in on the inhale, then we're gonna slowly exhale. As we exhale, I want you to fold your belly button down to your thigh. Okay, let's go. Inhale, exhale, and fold. That is enough. Breathe. Try to relax. Again, relax your feet, relax your toes, relax your calves, relax your glutes, relax your low back, relax your hamstrings if they'll relax, and just breathe. Oh, oh. Chill here for a little bit. Keep breathing. If you're feeling a whole bunch of discomfort in the knee, you can give it a slight bend. When you bend the knee, it's going to reduce the hamstring stretch by quite a bit. And that's okay because now we're protecting your knee and keeping it from suffering. What I want you to do from here is to really focus on bringing your belly button down, 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 folding so that your whole entire chest is coming straight down. Not curled down, but straight down. And then you can straighten out your leg again. Okay? Straighten out the leg comes at the end only because if your knee's already hurting, we don't want it to hurt until the very, very, very last little bit. We want you to milk every little bit of your flexibility before you start doing things that might be painful. Okay? So, from here, we have done the inhale, exhale, fold. We've hung out, we've breathed. We're going to do one more inhale, exhale, fold. All right? You ready? Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring that belly button down into the ground. For everybody who bent your knee, you might want to unbend a little bit, straighten it out a little bit more, and figure out if there is a almost straight point at which you don't have that knee pain, right? You don't have to keep it bent at 90 degrees. You can have it at like 175, and that might be the little solution for your knee pain. All right? We're here. This is it. We're counting down 30 seconds, 29,
28, 27, 26. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Again, relax the toes, relax the feet, relax the calves, relax the hamstrings. If your hamstrings are feeling crazy intense right now, you can take your fingers, you can stab them into your hamstrings, you can squish them, massage them, poke them, prod them, distract your brain from how intense that stretch feels. And 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. If right now the top of your head, your neck, your mid back, your upper back feels like there's a bunch of tension and you're trying to smash your face into your knee, you're working too hard. All right. This stretch, the hamstring stretch, comes from the angle of your hips. That's why we say bring the belly button down. So if you are feeling a whole bunch of tension in your shoulders and your upper back, you're working too hard, relax, breathe. They're not contributing to the hamstring stretch, they're just making your neck tired. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0. Oh, that is our hamstring stretch. Whew. We gotta go do the other side. Let's go. Oh, bring that leg in. Pop into that kneeling position. Take a look at your hips. Get ready to extend the other side. And we're ready to fold, 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 fold. Bring that belly button down. And breathe. Oh, try to relax. Relax the toes, relax the calves, relax the hamstrings. They'll relax. Relax the glutes, relax the low back, relax the upper back, relax the neck, relax. Just drape your body over that leg. Breathe. All right. Now that we've been here for a couple of seconds, it's time to inhale, exhale, fold. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring that belly button down as you fold. It's all about the belly button. Nothing else actually needs to be folding or working. All right, belly button. Oh, now that you're in a deeper stretch, breathe, relax, drape your body over that leg. If you need to already, stab your fingers into your hamstrings, massage them, poke them, distract your brain. Keep breathing. Oh man. All right. Same thing for the knees. If they're feeling achy, you can give them a slight bend, just enough for the pain to stop, but not so much that you don't even know when it stopped. All right. One more inhale, exhale, fold. Let's go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring that belly button down. Fold, 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 fold. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. Keep on bringing that belly button down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our hamstring stretch. That is the first of our 5 stretches. Take a second, breathe. If your hips are tired, if your legs are tired, it is completely normal. We're going to move on into our second stretch. All right, what we're going to do is the butterfly stretch. And what I want you to do is sit with your butt against the wall. Oh, ah, relax, breathe, chill for a second. Let your shoulders, let the back of your head rest against the wall. Experience what a straight back, I guess, should feel like. And get ready to bring your feet together. Once your feet are together, pull them in towards your groin, and we are in the basic butterfly position. What I want you to do from here is to focus on bringing your knees down into the ground. And the way I want you to do that is by focusing on flexing the sides of your legs and your glutes. All right? If this is your first time on the live and you're like, what are you talking about? How do I do that? Don't worry. Just focus on the stretch here in the groin and seeing if your knees drop just a little bit. That's all you need to do. All right. Flex those glutes, flex those outer thigh muscles, bring your legs down. If you've never done this before, it is entirely possible. You don't have much strength in those muscles, so it's going to be really hard to bring those legs down anyway. All right. So breathe, chill, relax.
Keep on opening up those legs, and we're ready to move on. Take your hands, stick them straight down, right below your knees. All right, and I want you to push straight down. Breathe, relax. Sigh out that extra air in your lungs. And push a little bit deeper. This might not be super comfortable, and that's okay. You might feel a whole bunch of pressure in the back of your head, in your shoulders right now, and that is because your arms are pushing your legs down, but your shoulders are also attached to your back. So you're pushing your back into the wall and you're pushing your legs down into the ground. That's why you're feeling that tension in the back of your head. That is normal. Keep pushing, keep breathing, relax your glutes, relax your lower leg muscles, and we're going for 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 23, 22, 21. As you exhale, see if you can push just a little bit harder with your arms and see if you can bring yourself into slightly deeper stretch. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. We're done. Let your hands come off your leg. Oh, relax and breathe. Your wrists might be a little bit tired. You can give them a little flop, like a little T-Rex hand thing going on. Try not to flop too hard because your wrists aren't designed to take on too much stress. So gentle, gentle T-Rex hands. All right. From here, we want your legs to flap like the butterfly that they are in. All right. I want you to lift your knees up. I want you to bring the legs down. Lift the knees up. Let them drop. Lift the knees up. Let them drop. If your legs are really tired, they're not coming up. They're kind of stuck. You can grab them with your hands, give them a shake, and be like, "Hey, hey, wake up. We got stuff to do." And do the same on the other side. "Hey, hey, wake up. We got stuff to do." And once you've shaken it out a little bit, they should respond a little bit better to your commands as owner of your body. So hopefully your legs are flapping because we're going to move on into third stretch. We're doing some standing pancake. All right, come on back up into standing. Oh, oh, get rid of that cushion that you were using. We don't need it anymore. And let's open up our legs nice and wide. From here, what are we doing? We're trying to get deep into sort of a side split looking position. But if you're feeling pain in the hips right here, you've gone too far. You can stop. You can bring your legs together. You can chill for a little bit. All right. From here, we're ready to fold. We're going to bring our belly button down into the ground. We're going wee, boom, folding forward. From here, what I want you to do is focus on breathing. Whew. Just get lazy. Let the belly button fall deeper into the ground. Whew. From the side, it's going to look a little bit like this. We're going to have our legs decently wide. We're going to fold forward. And we're going to breathe. The goal of the pancake stretch, which is the name of this stretch, is to fold your whole entire upper body in between your legs. And it's to go boom, flat, like a pancake. It is really, really hard. So what I want you to do is get into a position where gravity helps you stretch the most, because we want to be as lazy as we can whenever possible. All right. What I want you to do is get your upper body as close to horizontal as possible. And if you want to make things harder on yourself, you can extend your arms so that your biceps are by your ears, and that will make things harder. You also have to go and exhale a little bit of air, breathe, try to relax your muscles, and you'll find you're a little bit deeper into that stretch. Right? If you're a real masochist, you can hold something in your hands, reach out in front of you, and let gravity pull you down even deeper. When you feel like your face is too close to the floor, you're a little uncomfortable, you can try to stick your butt back a little bit. Right now, our leg is going straight up and down, right? But if you stick your butt back just a little bit, your upper body should come up a little bit as well. When it's up a little bit, you get closer to horizontal, which is good, which is what we want. And
You also get your face a little further from the floor so it doesn't feel like you're going to break your face, right? Perfect. All right, we're ready to go. Put your hands down on the ground for a second. See if you can push your legs out a little bit wider. And we're ready to begin. Remove the hands for a second. Bring the belly button down. Bring the belly button down some more. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Stick your butt back if you want. Extend your arms if you want. 30 seconds. Let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26. If it ever feels too intense, you can make it easier. You can bring the hips back. You can bring your legs together. You can sit up a little bit more. You don't have to suffer the whole time if you don't want to. 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Put your hands down. Oh. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. Breathe in. Try to bring your feet in together underneath you. You might want to wiggle your toes in, wiggle your heels in, 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 until you're back into something resembling a standing position. Except you might also look like you just broke your back and you're hunched over. Oh, from here, I want you to pop into a little bit of a squat. Oh, look up, and then come back into standing. The reason why we do a squat before coming back into standing is when you're folded over for quite a bit, your low back muscles can tend to relax a little too hard, and we want them to be tense or starting to tense up again, waking up from their slumber before you come back into standing. All right? Whew, that was our standing pancake. It was not an easy stretch. In fact, it's probably the hardest stretch of the whole entire show. And if your legs are tired right now, that is entirely normal. So take a second, just breathe, and we're going to move on into our fourth stretch. All right. The fourth stretch that we're going to do is either the figure four or the pigeon. If you are a regular, you know exactly what you prefer, you can jump right into it. If you know you like the pigeon and you've done the pigeon before, you can jump right into it too. I'm going to explain, I'm pretty sure, the figure four today because I explained the pigeon yesterday. I teach one movement per day, and today is figure four day. But both stretches look a little bit like this. We're going to bring one leg across our body until it makes this thing that kind of looks like the number four, right? And we're going to lift that ankle up towards our belly button. We're going to bring our belly button down towards that leg until we get into a position that looks kind of like this. From here, you're going to feel a stretch here in the side of your hip. This is a glute muscle. You'll also feel it a little bit in your hamstrings. You'll feel it in the outside of your thighs. You might even feel a little bit of pinching sensation in the hip while you fold forward. Those are all relatively normal. We're going to get into the figure four. So let's get ready to get our butts on the ground and lay down. I know you guys are so excited. Oh man, laying down. Okay, before you fall asleep, let's go. Cross one leg over to the other side. We're going to reach our hand through the triangle we just made and around the other leg, and we're going to pull that knee in. Whew. Oh. If your hands, your arms are fully extended, it's highly likely that you can pull a little bit more. So I want you to take a breath in. And then on the exhale, pull your leg in. Pull. Breathe. Pull. Pull your leg in a little closer to your chest. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. If the other knee is getting a little achy, it's feeling a lot of pressure, you can palm that knee and you can pull that in as well directly. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2,
1, 0. All right, drop the leg, drop the body. Oh, that is one side. We're going to swing around and do the other side. Ugh. Ah. Let's go. Other leg. Crossed. Arm through the triangle we just made and around the outside of the leg that is not crossed. Bring all of that lower body in. Pull. Pull a little harder. Breathe. On the exhale, pull a little harder. Pull a little harder. Pull a little bit harder. And with that, we're ready to begin. 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27. Don't fall asleep. I know you're laying on your back. Maybe your eyes are closed. Keep breathing. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Again, you can pull your other knee in for you if it's feeling a little achy, if it's feeling a little tender. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. It might also help to imagine you're trying to pull your knee into your face, or you're trying to knee yourself in the face, using that knee to push your leg forward. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that is our stretch. Oh, let the legs come down. Breathe. Exhale. Let your hips drop to either side. Oh, breathe. Exhale. Let your hips drop to the other side. Breathe. And maybe come back and do another round on the other side. And the other side. All right. Before you fall asleep, we got to get the fifth and final set of stretches done. But so far, we've already done the first four. All right. What we're going to do next is the side splits. If you've never done a side split before, don't worry. We're going to break it down. We're going to take it step by step so that you can get into it safely. And then, if you want, you can go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and see how far you can go. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about, actually, before we get into the side splits, is give you a reminder of what this show is about because I haven't talked about it a little bit. We're doing 45 to 60 minutes of live side split stretching and hip mobility work. We do this every single day to practice a little bit of consistency, to build a little bit of community, to make the suffering that we do on the floor a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable, a little less suffering. So, if you like that, if you like side splits, if you like the idea of moving better on the ground, if you like the idea that somebody will help keep you consistent, help keep you accountable, then make sure to keep coming back. We are live every day at 9 p.m. Eastern, and that means we started about 45 minutes ago. And we do this every single day, Monday through Sunday. So also, hit follow, hit subscribe so you get notified and get all the annoying notifications so that you get reminded to come back. All right, let's continue. We're going to get into side splits now. For the side splits, I want you to stand 8 to 12 inches in front of a wall. Okay? The reason for this is because when we're doing the side splits, when we're practicing, we're going to get into this position that looks like this, where our legs are going to be wide, our hands are going to be on the ground, we're going to be wobbling around, we're going to be shifting, we're going to be adjusting, we're going to be trying to figure out how to get our butts lower to the ground, right? At some point, it is highly likely you'll lean back just a little bit and then a little bit more, and you'll be like, oh, look, I'm getting deeper. And all of a sudden, you'll have leaned too far. And now you're swimming. You're like, oh no, come back, come back, come back. And then you'll fall backwards. If you stood each 12 inches in front of the wall, like I asked, your butt will rest against the wall. Everything will be fine. You didn't fall very far. You just do a little hip thrust, whoo, and then you're back into your side split, and you can continue. All right. If you try to do that without something behind you to support your back, and you're like, oh, look at me, I'm so deep in my stretch, ooh, I'm so cool, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, and, oh. Your best case scenario would be you smash your butt into the ground, it kind of hurts, and you're sad for a little bit. Not so bad. But if you're a little bit more stiff, you're not as strong in the core, maybe you start falling backwards and you keep falling backwards, and then you start hitting your head on things, that gets crazy. So follow my advice. Please stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall so that your butt can catch you, so you don't have to fall backwards, so that everything feels a little bit more comfortable, feels a little bit more safe. All right? And what's really important about safety is the safer you feel, the easier it will be to relax. And that's really important for the side splits, right? So now that you've seen my warning video, we're ready to begin. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall. Open up your legs nice and wide. If you're feeling a pinching sensation here in the hips, you've gone too far. Bring your legs back in just a little bit until that sensation is gone. We're ready to fold. Bring this belly button down into the ground. Fold, 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 fold. Fold some more. Fold, fold, fold. Fold some more. And see if you can bring your hands down onto the ground for a little bit of support. All right? If you're struggling with this a little bit, feel free to elevate your hands. If you don't have a yoga block, feel free to use a small stool. You got textbooks, you can use textbooks. If you got a coffee table, feel free to use the coffee table. If you have to, you can use a chair. Okay? That is all good and fine. From here, we're going to try and get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Okay? When you're folded forward, your hips should rotate a little bit, and that rotation should open up a little bit more space for you to be able to open up your legs wider without the hips hurting. So that's what we're doing. We're widening our stance, taking advantage of that extra space. From here, though, once you've run out of space and you're feeling it in your hips, there's more that can come from our hips. How do we get there? Well, right now you're feeling your bones smashing into each other. What we want to do is rotate the legs so that your bones don't smash into each other. And that is what we're going to do next. And this is the most important part of the whole show. So you got to make sure you do this part. All right. Right now, our knees are pointing kind of forward, right? Our feet are flat on the ground and our toes are kind of pointing forward as well. What I want you to do is focus on rotating the whole leg back 90 degrees so that instead of the knee pointing forward, the knee starts going boom, pointing up. The toes are pointing up and you are on that heel. Okay? If you need to pause and grab a little bit of cushioning for your feet, need to grab a flip flop or something, please go ahead and do it. Take your time, and we're going to get into the other side. We got to do this on both sides. So, right here, our knee is pointing forward, and now it is, boom, pointing up. Knees pointing up, heels down, toes up. This is the position where we rotate our thighs out of the way of our hip bones. Now, the only thing holding you back from your side split is your muscles. Your bones aren't going to smash into each other anymore. All right? Congratulations if this is your first time. Now let's get into some side splits. What I want you to do is do a little wiggle from side to side, lean a little to the left, lean a little to the right, lean a little to the left, lean a little to the right. See if your legs can go out just a little bit further. Next, I want you to walk your hands back towards your hips. And if you're close enough to the wall, your butt should be already resting against the wall. Play with your hip positioning. See if you can just chill, leaning against the wall, and sit deeper into your side split. All right, right now, your knees should be pointing upwards, and the top of your head should kind of be pointing upwards as well. When you're here, we're ready to begin. 30 seconds, let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18. Try to relax your feet, relax your toes, relax your calves, relax your glutes, relax your low back. Breathe. Do that crazy exhale I've been doing. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Oh, walk, 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 walk. Oh, bring your legs in underneath you. Come into a kneeling position if you can. Sit there, squat, lay down, take a break, do whatever you got to do, and breathe. Grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. I encourage it. I heavily encourage it. You should absolutely express your dissatisfaction with your hips. All right. From here, we're going to do 2 more rounds of side splits. All right. I don't think I said this yet, this live, but we do 3 rounds of 30 seconds of side splits. And in between each of the rounds, we are going to shake out our bodies. We're going to try and get loose. We're trying to reduce the tension in our hips, in our legs, the things, that are keeping our legs from moving. And then we're going to get back into the next side split. So, when you're ready, come on back into standing and we're going to shake it out. What I want you to do is stand, most of your weight is in one leg, and I want you to sort of flick the other leg. Focus on loosening up that ankle. Flick forward, flick forward, flick forward, flick forward. Doesn't have to be a crazy flick. You don't have to be whipping that leg out or anything crazy. Just just a gentle flicking of the leg. All right. And as you get more comfortable with this, I want you to start shaking out that ankle. I want you to make sure that the ankle is very relaxed. Flop, 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 flop. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And whew, that's it. That's it. That's everything. Other side. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Shake, 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 shake. The reason why we're doing this is because we want the muscles above our ankle to relax. The calves, the tibialis, a whole bunch of other smaller muscles in your leg control what your feet do, right? When we start shaking them aggressively like this, sending the ankle to wherever it wants to go, that forces our muscles to have to be relaxed in order for our ankles to move. And that is what we're trying to do, making sure our legs are relaxed. We're going to move on up the body. And what we're going to do now is put all of our weight into one leg. We're going to put the big toe of the other leg down into the ground. We're going to bend one knee. All right. What I want you to do is focus on rotating that knee in and out and 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 in and out. Right now, nothing else is moving. All right. It's just this thigh bone where it connects into the hip. Your chest isn't moving, the other leg isn't moving, the hip isn't moving. We're just working on a couple of muscles right here. When you get more comfortable with this, you can start straightening out your leg. You can start shaking a little bit faster, and you can start shaking so fast and so hard the whole entire leg is just flopping all over the place. And that is what we want. At some point, it'll be super relaxing. It might not be there right now because you still have to develop enough control of the two muscles or the major muscles that are bring your knee in and out, and that is okay. You might feel like this looks a little bit like a dance. And if you want to, you should absolutely do some stinky leg. All right. We're working on hip mobility. We're working on our skills. You should absolutely put them to work. Practice your dance moves. We're going to do the other side. This leg is standing. This leg has the big toe bent. Sorry, big toe on the ground. The leg is bent. And we're working on internal, external, internal, external, internal, external, internal, external, internal, external rotation. And as you get more comfortable, you can go faster. You can go wider. You can straighten out your leg. You can go a little bit faster. You can start shake, 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 shake until your leg turns into jello and it's just flopping all over the place. And once those muscles are relaxed, you can obviously also add in some stanky leg. All right, let's go. Hopefully your legs are relaxed. We're gonna get into side split number 2. Stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall, and we are ready to begin. Open up those legs nice and wide. If you're hurting here in the hips, you've gone too far, bring your legs back in just a little bit until that pain goes away. We're ready to fold. Fold at the belly button, fold it down into the ground, put your hands down if you can. If you can't, or if you don't want to, feel free to elevate your hands. I'm using a stool. From here, we're going to get a little bit deeper into the stretch, and then we're going to externally rotate that leg. This is, again, when you point your knees and your toes up into the air, all right? So right now our knees are pointing forward. We're rotating the whole leg back 90 degrees, and we're going boom, knees up, toes up, heels down. We got to do the other side. Boom, knees up, toes up, heels down. This is our side split position. We've rotated our legs. Our thigh bones will not smash into our pelvis and cause more hip pain. All we got left is muscles holding us back. Let's go. Lean to one side. Try to get a little bit deeper into the stretch that way. Lean into the other. Oh, if at any point you're like, this is too much, you don't have to push any harder, by the way. And if you can, sit your butt back against the wall. Use it as like a little stool. Use it as a chair. And hang out. Breathe. Try to relax as much as possible. Relax your toes, relax your feet, relax your calves, relax your hamstrings, glutes, low back. Keep breathing. Sink a little bit deeper into the stretch. Do a little wiggle again. Lean, lean, lean. And we're done. 30 seconds, let's go. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. If that gets intense, I want you to try to walk your hands forward a little bit so that your palms are down on the ground and your chest is kind of facing the ground. When you do this, your legs should also start pointing a little bit more towards the front. Your knees should be pointing sort of upwards at a diagonal instead of straight up because they're holding that side position we were in before and you're just folding, rotating forward a little bit. Oh, hang out here for a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, walk your hands forward. Pull your legs in and come on out of that stretch. The variation that we added in just now had us basically leaning forward. All right. We went from this sitting back situation, right, into this leaning forward situation. And the whole time we were trying to still feel that stretch. Technically, there's slightly different stretches. When you're sitting with your butt against the wall, you're going to feel it more in your hamstrings. When you're sort of folded and leaning a little bit more forward, you're going to feel it more in your inner thighs, the adductor muscles. We need a combination of both to actually get into the side splits. So on any given day, if you're feeling particularly sore in one place, you can go do the other. You can switch back and forth. You can do whatever you want. But know that you need both. So now that you know that, we're gonna get up, we're gonna shake out our legs, we're gonna get loose, we're gonna relax, and we're gonna get back into our third and final side split. Let's go. Come on back into standing. Hooah! Grunt, groan, make as many noises as you need to, and let's shake out those ankles. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, shake, shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Other side. Shake, shake, shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Again, this is all about relaxation. If your ankle is just flopping all over the place and going crazy right now, that means all the muscles directly above them are also relaxed. And that is what we want. Next, we're going to get into some hip movement. I want you to put all of your weight into one leg, big toe, the other leg down, and I want you to rotate the knees in, out, 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 in, out. As you get stronger, as you get faster, as you have more control and confidence doing this movement, you can slowly try to straighten out your leg. You can go a little bit faster, you can relax a little bit more. And when you get to a certain point, you can throw your entire leg left and right until it feels like the whole leg is just jello and flopping all over the place. All right, that's what we want. So take your time. Flop, 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 flop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Shake, 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 shake. And that should be good. But of course, how could we forget about the stanky leg? If you want to add a little bit of fun into your cool down, shaky, shaky, wiggle, wiggle stuff, please add it in, make it fun. We practice consistency every day. It's going to be much easier to stay consistent if you're having fun. So if you like the dance moves and you think it's fun, add it in. All right, we're going to move on. Third and final side split, and then we're going to be ready to wrap up. What I want you to do is stand 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall. If you guys ever wonder why I repeat this so many times, is because in case somebody comes in the middle of one explanation or the other, I want to make sure that they can jump in and get into our stretches. All right. I don't want to make somebody go, oh, that looks scary, and then just leave because they didn't feel welcome because I didn't explain what they're doing. All right. What are we doing? Opening up the legs nice and wide. Try to make sure your hips are not feeling pain right here. If they are, if there's a pinching sensation, bring the legs in just a little bit until that sensation is gone and we're ready to fold. Then bring that belly button down. Hands down on the ground if you can. If you cannot, or if you just don't want to, put your hands on something a little bit higher. In this case, I have a stool, but you can use a coffee table, you can use a chair, you can use a yoga block, you can use a couple of old textbooks that you probably should have sold because they're worthless now anyway. Now, we're going to open up our legs a little bit wider from this position. Okay? If you have something to hold on to, it makes it a little bit easier. And when you are a little bit wider, just means we can move less later. This part is easier than if your legs were rotated. If you don't know what that means, we haven't rotated the leg before because you just joined in, let's talk about it. Right now, our feet are flat on the ground, our knees are pointing forward. What we want to do is rotate this whole leg back 90 degrees. So hold on to that stool and boom. Now, the knee is pointing up, the toes are pointing up, and the heels are down. We can't just do one leg, we gotta do both. So, foot was flat on the ground, we're now rotating the leg back. Bam! Knees up, toes up, heels down. We are in a side split position. And we should be able to drift a little bit deeper. So, take your time, drift. Ah, hopefully you've noticed, since this is our third and final side split, it's much easier to get into position than that first go around. Wherever you're at, prepare for some leaning to the side, and the other side, and the side, and the other side. Oh, and feel free to lean back, rest your butt against the wall because you were standing 8 to 12 inches in front of the wall, like I asked, right? And if your knees are pointing up into the ceiling and the top of your head is also kind of pointing up into the ceiling, you're basically in that side split position. That position is all you have to maintain. So you can relax all your muscles. If you were flexing your feet, trying to point your toes up, you don't have to flex them anymore. Relax the toes, relax the feet, relax the calves, relax the hamstrings, relax the glutes, relax the low back. Breathe, inhale, exhale, and just be super lazy. Flop into a lazy, lazy, lazy position. All right, we're trying to have as little tension in the body as possible, help our muscles relax. Whew. All right, we're about to start at 30 seconds. But before we do that, I want you to walk your hands forward so that you're feeling the stretch in the inner thighs. Ready? Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 14, 13, 12, 11. If it gets too much, too intense, you can always go back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's it. Walk your hands forward. Bring your legs in underneath you. Oh, and we are done with our side splits. We're done with the hard stuff. Oh, okay. Let's get back into standing. Let's shake out our legs. Let's get relaxed. Let's make sure our muscles are working so you can get back to whatever it is that you got to do for the rest of the evening. Oh, let's get ready. Come on back into standing. Oh, grunt, groan, make as many sound effects as you need to. You deserve it. Let's shake it out. All your weight is in one leg. We're gently shaking the other leg, trying to make sure that ankle stays loose. Shake, 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 shake. Flop, 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 flop. If you haven't added your hands and arms in this whole time, feel free to bring them into the picture now. Shake, 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 shake. Wobble, 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 wobble. Flop, 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 flop. And we're ready to switch to the side. Shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flop, 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 flop. Whew. Do a little knee bend. See if you can get a little bit of a calf stretch. See if that feels nice. And we're going to get into our hip stuff. All right. All of our weight is in one leg. Big toe of the other foot is down. We're rotating that leg in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. As you develop strength and control, you can make it as fun or as unfun as you want. If you just want to go in, out as much as you want, great. That's fine. If you want to do some stanky leg, add some bands in, please add it in. Other side, knees, or sorry, toe down, knees going in, out, 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 in, out. Stanky leg, stanky leg, stanky leg. And I don't remember what these are called. I never remember. I look them up like once every couple of weeks and then I forget immediately. I don't know how this is possible because I do them like almost every single day. But if you want to get a little vintage, we can throw in some more moves. Let's go. Oh, that should be plenty to help your legs relax. We're going to do a couple of quick joint checks now, and then we're going to wrap up. All right, what I want you to do is some hip circles, nice and slow, just slowly put your hips into some stressful positions and see if anything feels crazy or maybe feels really good because you're stretching them out. Oh, hip circles. All right, I'm exaggerating them a little bit, but basically, I want you to do a whole bunch of hula hooping. Okay, really aggressive hula hooping. You should feel a whole bunch of tension in a whole bunch of different places, depending on what you have that's tight or I guess not tight. Usually, I feel it a little bit in the left and right side after the side splits, so I like to hang out here for a little bit and oh, give it some attention. Feel free to spend a little bit of time wherever you feel tension. Some of us, most of us probably, are gonna be like, oh, my back. Oh, you can flop over, you can relax, you can chill for a second, and let some of that tension go away. From here, we're gonna do a quick high knee. Boom, boom, on both sides. If your knees came up, everything's fine. We're ready to move on. Next, we're gonna do a squat, and from that squat, we're gonna do a couple of calf raises. All right. What I want you to do is bring your feet relatively close together, so it's just a straight line down past your hips, and bend at the knees. From the side, it's gonna look a little bit like this. I want you to bring your chest down to your knees. All right. Then I want you to focus on bringing your knees forward so they're past your toes as much as you can, just in that general direction. Okay? When you do this, you're going to feel a whole bunch of pressure in your Achilles tendon and in your calves. You're going to get a nice stretch. That's what we want. But because we're folded forward and our knees are pushed forward, you're going to be feeling a whole bunch of tension in your toes. They should be gripping the floor, and the arch of your foot should be supporting, trying to keep that grip nice and strong. From here, you can put your hands down if you need the support. You don't have to if you don't want to. We want to do a couple of calf raises. All right, keep leaning forward. Keep working those toes. Bring your body up and down. Lift those heels. If you need some help because you're finding your ankles are sort of flopping all over the place, imagine that you're centering your toes between your big toe and your index toe. That should help your leg go straight up and down instead of off to the sides and doing like a plie. All right. Oh, my knee just cracked, but I think that was a healthy crack and not a crazy crack. So we're ready to wrap up. What we just did was we forced our toes to work really hard with our feet, with our ankles, with our calves, with our knees, with our quads, with our low back, with our hips. We checked all those joints to make sure that they're working pretty well with each other, forced us into challenging balancing positions so that we can make sure that they work well. So if you survived that and you were able to pull it off, at least most of it, we're ready to wrap up because you're all good. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency, working on your hip mobility and side splits with me today. Remember, we do this every single day at 9 p.m. And if you're not in the time zone where that makes sense, 9 p.m. Eastern was an hour and 9 minutes ago. Whatever time it is for you now, subtract an hour and 9 minutes, and that is our normal starting time. Feel free to come back, feel free to hang out, and feel free to work on your consistency and your side splits with me, with us, together. All right. Oh, is there anything else we need to talk about? I can't think of anything at the moment. Oh, follow, subscribe, keep coming back, and I think I'm gonna grab the stool. I am gonna come over to the phone and I'm gonna take a look at the chat because I haven't been here for a little bit. And now that I've gotten here, I've also recalled that I make other content. The side splits, this thing is a small portion of all the stuff that I do. It's a lot of the stuff that I do, but it's not all of the stuff that I do. Most of the time, I'm focused on consistency and trying to help you guys do a little bit of stuff that's good for you. All right. Usually on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, outside of this live format, it's more general fitness. And typically, it's videos that are kind of fun, like if you have 3 minutes waiting for your ramen to boil, what exercises can you do in the kitchen right there? Hopefully, not scald your face with boiling hot water because you'll fall into something. Nothing dangerous. But Yeah, I don't know why I went down that tangent. That got really scary real fast. Okay, that is some of the stuff that I make content around because I'm just trying to remind you guys that if you have 2 minutes, you have 3 minutes, and you otherwise would just sit down and doom scroll on your phone, there is a perfect opportunity to put yourself through a little bit of suffering. And by suffering, I'm just joking around. I'm saying you should do some exercise. If you've been hanging out doing the stretches with us, you know that 30 seconds is plenty of time to get into a very, very intense stretch and to have quite a bit of work. So, 2 minutes, 3 minutes is plenty of time to get a little bit going, to help you move a little bit better, to help you feel a little bit better. Because, part of it is psychological, right? You crushing a dozen squats, a dozen calf raises, a dozen push ups, you can do all that in 2 minutes for sure. And I bet you'll feel a lot better after you've done. All right. Whether it's physically better because you're like, ooh, my blood is pumping, or emotionally better because you're like, I just crushed it. Better is better. All right. So don't sleep on those 2 minutes. Don't sleep on those 3 minutes, and get a little bit of exercise. Beach says, I really want to do calisthenics. I'm currently, I guess, transitioning a little bit and making some calisthenics tutorial content, mostly for like cool moves in calisthenics. Um, Calisthenics fits very well in my general mentality towards fitness, which is put it in where you can. And calisthenics is not heavily demanding on equipment. So I am going to definitely be making more content around the calisthenics ish category of topics. All right. Oh, let's see. Trust says thank you. Timona sends waves and thumbs ups and hearts. Amazing. Great. Okay. I'm gonna take a quick look at YouTube because usually there's fewer comments there, and then I'll come back over to TikTok. All right. The Lone Wolf 777 says, "What's the best way to get rid of pain in SI joints that radiates to low ab groin area?" Okay, that is a super hyper specific question, which means somebody with expertise will really be good at answering that question for you because I don't know. uh, but I appreciate that you know exactly what you need help with, and that is very, very, very good. Because once you find the right person, that will be an easy question for the right person to answer. It's just not me. I'm sorry. Queen RR says daily, Monday through Sunday. Okay, somebody's questioning what time do the live videos start? Kesha, TKDNP. I hope your question has been answered. We started an hour and 13 minutes ago, and we do this live every single day. So come back for that soon. All right. That's all of YouTube. So I'm back into TikTok world. Let's see what we're doing, what we're doing, what we're doing. Ministry of Efficiency, welcome back. Great timing tonight. Thank you. Awesome. I mean, my timing is the exact same. So I think it's you that had great timing because I'm here every day at the same time. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for hanging out. Kat G says, thank you, Ken. You're very welcome. Kat, you've been so consistent. I appreciate it. Hamon says, Lol, I love this guy. Amazing. I hope it was because I was doing something funny, like Stanky Leg. And otherwise, I'm glad you like my personality. That's good. That's fun. Keep coming back. We do a lot. Dali Ken, I'm dying. Dale Ken, I'm dying. I got no idea what you're talking about. But the last three words is Ken, I'm dying. That sounds really serious. But you said thank you for it afterwards, so I think you're probably fine. Thank you for expressing your suffering, though. See, I say you should grunt and you should groan, so I just pretended that's your grunting and you're groaning because I can't hear you groan, but I can see you type. Kilmar says, "Thanks, Ken. You're very welcome." Kenji, send in some emojis of me struggling, frustrated, and that is that is basically how the stretching show goes. You go into your stretches, you go. And then we move on to the next stretch. So I understand. That makes sense. I am getting really good at hiding my facial expressions. My suffering is mostly hidden, I think. But honestly, I don't know. I don't really watch back the lives, so maybe that's not true at all. All right. What else we got? Sadie asked a question. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Whatever question Sadie asked, I don't get to see it for some reason because the live doesn't go far back enough in the chat. But Che answered, just started 22 minutes ago, and Travel with Roxy followed up with the exact schedule. We go live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern. And that was 1 hour and 16 minutes ago. So this live has been running for about 70 76 minutes. I didn't start exactly at 9 o'clock. I started like 9:01. So that is the discrepancy in that minute. And with that, we've gone all the way to the top. So I'm gonna scroll right back down to the bottom and see if there's anything else we need to cover. Boom. Okay, that's it. That's everything. Before you guys go, I got one request. Maybe it's two requests, but it's all about YouTube. All right. I make some other content, and one of the things that I've been trying to do, because I was traveling for quite a bit doing this live from all over the world, and one of the things I did was go to some random calisthenics outdoor parks in different cities and record a quick, tiny review about how I felt about those places. And so, if you have any interest in the public parks in Bangkok and what calisthenics training could look like from those places, please check out my latest video over on YouTube. The username is at splits on the side. So it's the same exact username as on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. And check out that video. If you don't plan to go to Bangkok and you just want to stimulate your intellectual curiosity, that is something you should check out too. Uh, the video before that, however, was calisthenics tutorials. I think each wanted to do some more calisthenics. If you want to learn a couple of cool moves, I'm starting to make some tutorials, and I would love it if you check them out and give me some feedback. So the most recent one that was released, I think last weekend, so a week and a couple of days ago, was the elbow lever. The elbow lever looks a little bit like this. You're doing a plank and you're resting it on your elbows, and if you get real strong, you can kind of mess around with it. You can do it off like one arm, and you can do other cool stuff from it. But I got a quick video teaching you the basics of the elbow lever, learning how to balance yourself on that seesaw. And if you check it out and you got any questions, you can come back, bring it into the chat after tomorrow's live or the day after, and you can ask as many questions as you want because I will be here to answer. And hopefully, I'll learn something, you'll learn something, and then I can learn how to improve my video for next time. All right? I appreciate you guys for coming in, practicing consistency, working on our side splits, our hip mobility together. We're live every day at 9 p.m. And I hope you keep coming back. Beach says, thanks, we'll check it out. Awesome. Good nasty. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you. And Beach says, I can push up, but not floating like that. Comes with time. Practice. Most of everything is practice, right? Beach, I think this is the first day I've seen you comment, but I've been doing some version of this live for nearly 500 days. And as I learned more about side splits, as I started developing more thoughtful training, and as the audience of people grew, the show has changed a little bit. But for the most part, we've been doing the same 8, 9 exercises for 500 lives. I don't know if it's 500 days. I think it's close to 500 days. And I'm finally getting a little bit closer to the side splits. I started quite far. So just like with the side splits, most skills take some time, some consistency, some adjustment to build, right? For calisthenics, there's a component that is purely strength, right? There's unavoidable, you need to be stronger. But a lot of calisthenics is skill based, and that skill based stuff tends to be just getting your brain to figure it out. And there are a lot of skills that have a lot of carryover, right? So if you're struggling at first with any particular skill, typically there's a more advanced version of that skill where that skill's experience will carry over, and then that next skill will be a little bit easier to learn. Um, but yeah, the elbow lever is one of those things where maybe the elbow component itself, this thing where you're holding yourself up, isn't that transferable, but the holding yourself in a plank is super transferable. Holding a whole bunch of tension in your core, in your glutes, in your hamstrings, in your quads, in your calves, in your feet, and holding super tight and tense helps you with handstands, helps you with front levers, helps you with planches. And I'm saying that's not from a field of personal experience, but from what the movement looks like, because I can't planche. All right. Base Beach says, hope it works for 40-year-old dudes. The I don't see why not. I think the main thing for that movement, the elbow lever, is keeping a really strong tight core. And then the rest you can kind of figure out. Like, you don't have to do it super gracefully. It doesn't have to be crazy uh beautiful from the beginning, right? Like, if your knees are just slightly off the ground, this is you balancing the elbow lever, right? And then you can figure out all the rest. It's glutes, hamstrings, calves, toes, straightening out, and you can figure all that stuff out later. The main thing is keeping the core tight, breathing shallow enough that you're not going and then your elbows slipping off, right? So the main thing is this position where you're stabbing yourself in the abs and then holding it there. Everything else you can slowly adjust and figure out with time. Yeah. With that, we are wrapping up our 80-minute live. Thank you so much one last time, everybody, for coming in, practicing consistency. I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your evening, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow because we'll be back 9 p.m., an hour and 22 minutes ago. Hit follow, hit subscribe, keep on coming back, and I'll see you soon. I'm closing out because I just keep on rambling and saying the same thing over and over again. Bye.